Here we are in December 2023, still working on my 3D scanner. In this video I'm saying goodbye to the Mk5 prototype, knowing that what I build next is probably going to be very different to what I've built so far. Just for fun, let's have a recap of the 5 prototypes so far. Mark 1 was based on a number of time-of-flight sensors, none of which had a narrow enough field of view to give effective results. But I did manage to prototype this turntable with a long coach bolt that could lift the sample through the field. The Mark II designs, and there were a lot of revisions, were based on touch, making physical contact with the object on the turntable and establishing its positions in 3D space. There were various designs for carriages and sensors and probes to touch things, involving tactile switches and beam brake sensors. These revisions did start to yield some actual results, but they were quite slow and they had a tendency to nudge or move the sample, which just felt problematic. The Mark III design was based on a laser and prisms and using a beam brake design, which I absolutely loved. And this did work reasonably well, but in this configuration you got quite a tall, narrow, measurable volume. The Mark IV attempted to increase the measurable volume by supersizing the beam brake design. This meant removing the prisms, but it did lead to this, my absolute favourite turntable design. A pair of synchronized lead screws moved a laser transmitter and receiver carriage along large linear rails, while the turntable spun in the middle. This design was complete madness. Whilst all this was going on, Raspberry Pi released the Pico, a microcontroller powerful enough to process images. The Mark V took me back closer to my original concept to do something like the Kinect with machine vision and structured light. Using machine vision removed one of the dimensions from the turntable. It only had to rotate and not elevate the sample now, since the camera was capturing a view rather than a single point. However, because the Pico is not powerful enough for full tracking machine vision, it was based on a series of still images, so I needed to be able to accurately orient it on the turntable. Which brings us to the final revision of the Mark V. Here, in a cardboard box to control the illumination, there's a light bar which is balanced with the exposures of the camera. A stepped worm gear drives the turntable. The object sits on the table in the path of 2 laser beams, one red, one blue. The lenses cause the laser beams to be thin vertical lines. This is shot on my DSLR at a resolution that the Pico can only dream of, but you get the idea. Unlike my DSLR, I was able to use OpenCV on the Pico images to calibrate for the distortion of the images. So now it's over to software, or more accurately, some really hard maths. Full disclosure, I wasn't really looking forward to this part of the project, figuring out how to go from all these samples, get rid of all the noise, and to then turn it into a depth map with which I could try and reconstruct something. But yet again, technology has moved on, and as I'll show in the next video, I've got a completely new approach which I think is going to yield much better results. Anyway, thank you for watching. Stay safe.